Guys, so I am going to do my Plan With Me monthly spread for May. So May is a important month for all of us moms because it is Mother's Day. So that is going to be on May the 14th. So I'm going to go ahead and do the spread. Now I'm doing it a little bit differently, and I started to cut out my cubes that I usually would cut out because I like to cut my cardstock. You guys know I love to use paper in my spreads. So I started cutting out my cardstock, and then I was like, you know what? I kind of want to do things just a little bit different this month. And I like to keep my monthly fairly simple. I know that's not like me at all because I really like things like really chaotic, creative chaos, right? But I really liked it this way. So instead of little blocks sporadically, I'm just going to use strips. So I'm still going to use these little blocks and just put them that way, but I'm also going to just put these on here as strips, and I really like the way that looks. So since it is Mother's Day, and since it's still springtime, I wanted to kind of portray that in a very soft, sweet, feminine kind of way. So to me, I mean, of course, Mother's Day is very special because I have my boys, but I just take advantage of any feminine moment that I can. So being a mom is the most, I mean, I don't even know how to explain it. If you're not a mom, then I don't even know how to explain it really. But being a mom is the most rewarding thing that I could ever imagine. It's hard. And you guys know I'm a stay-at-home mom. So for those of you who don't know, and those of you who do, sorry, you can hear it again, but I worked all of Tristan's life so far, except for the last, I don't know, I think it's been about 9 months, 10 months, I don't really know, something around there. And I have always wanted to stay home. So I've talked briefly about it. I try not to say too much about it. But my mom is the one who kept Tristan while I worked full time. I worked crazy hours because I was a manager in retail for a long time, and I loved it, but it was challenging and a lot of work, and I didn't always know my schedule. I would get there and there would be a big job to do, or I would have a deadline and I would have to stay and work, 12 hours shifts, whatever. I would just have to stay and work until it was done. So 10 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours, whatever. And I wouldn't always know when I was working in my schedule very well. And my relationship with my mom became extremely difficult. I'm very, 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 very appreciative for what she did, but you guys know, if you have a strong personality for a mom, or you have a strong personality for a mother-in-law, and then you have children, you guys know how grandparents can be. And they give your child things maybe you don't want them to have, whether it's like sweets or junk food or whatever. And, they just see things differently because, and honestly, part of it is because, and I definitely don't want this of all things to be a negative thing. That's not how I mean it at all. But part of it is because they've already raised kids, and so they know things that they don't feel are that big of a deal anymore, and you feel like they are because this is your child, not your grandchild. And so, that cut off, that has to happen at least once in the video. But like I was saying, when that person who is, the grandparent is also the person that watches your child every day, it can be very frustrating. And it was frustrating to her because she felt like she had a lot on her plate. And it was frustrating to me because I didn't want to work anyway. I really, really, my heart was at home with my child. And so it was very, very tough, and we just did not get along. It was a very hard time, and we did not get along at all. So after that, when I had Killian and she started watching Killian, it was really bad. So it just escalated to the point where she didn't feel like she could watch both of them. She felt like it was too much for her. And so it was very, very hard. And I really, if you can imagine, like, how I felt with the first child, I wanted to be at home with him. Imagine when I had two at home. I really, really wanted to be at home with them. And so going to work was really hard for me. And so that situation just kind of blew up, and it was a really, really difficult time. So then my husband got a job that he's worked years and years to build up to. So he's worked in sales for a long time, ever since we've been together. And he finally got a sales manager position because people started noticing him, and it opened a lot of doors, and he just got the fantastic opportunity to be able to do this and make enough money to where I didn't have to work. And so that was all that I needed. Before he even got a chance to really get both feet in the door, I had already quit my job and stayed home with my babies because I just knew that it was the best thing for our family and the best thing for mine and my mom's relationship, honestly. So that was definitely true. We definitely get along a lot better now. But she doesn't watch them anymore, so I get to stay home full time. And staying home with my boys is so wonderful. It is so stressful and nerve-wracking sometimes because honestly, some days you kind of would rather have a job where you can just get out of the house for a little while and just take a breath. But it is so worth it, and I would never, ever do anything to take that away. I like both of these, but I think I'm going to go with this one, and I think that since this has some pink in it, I think I'm going to use this little scallop washi too. And we'll kind of see how it goes. But it is very stressful, and if you are a stay-at-home mom, then you know, and I don't mean at all to try to act like, you're lucky if you get to work outside of the home, and stay-at-home moms have it so terrible, and I am in no way doing that at all because I love staying at home with my boys, and I feel that it is such a blessing, and I'm very, 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 very grateful that, yes, I'm very grateful for that opportunity, but it is a lot, and sometimes you just need a break, and sometimes you need to rebuild sanity because it is a lot, because you're with them 24/7, and you're already mom, so you're mom no matter what. And then when you're home with them all the time, you don't get an off day, you don't get a break to recharge, you don't get a lunch hour, you don't get recognition from your boss on how good of a job you're doing, you don't get. And I was talking to my mom one day, and she said something that is really true, and it really rang true with me, but it is so true. She said, when you're a mom, you don't get anything from your boss telling you what a good job you're doing. Most of the time, you don't even realize if you're doing a good job or not until later after they're grown. So the payoff is, there's a long period of time before you get the payoff, And that really is true because, when you're out in, everyday life and you have a full-time job and you work outside of the home, your recognition, any recognition you get or goals that you have to meet that you met and you feel, accomplished, and you feel, a sense of pride from that, you don't get that when you're a mom. You get a sense of pride when your child does something that you've been trying to teach them for months, or when they have manners when you're in public, or when you teach them to tie their shoes and they do it for the first time. That's your recognition. That is your sense of accomplishment. That's your sense of I'm doing a good job here. And, it's very different from working in a secular environment. And that's what makes it so special. But it also makes it very tiring when you don't feel like, you don't feel like you're doing anything. You feel like you don't know if what you're doing is even accomplishing anything. And I said all of that spiel to say that I really just want to encourage you as a mom. I want to encourage you as the stay-at-home mom whose hair is a mess and you feel like you're doing good every day just to get out of bed and make sure everyone survives by the end of the day, when you cannot wait until your husband comes home and he's putting the keys in the door and you're already ready to hand the child off to him. Or, I just want to encourage you because you're making a difference. And it is our job that all of these other moms, because I know from personal experience, all these other moms, they want that. They want to stay home with their babies. And maybe they don't. Some moms don't. Some moms really like working outside of the home and they would never stay home if they had the choice. And that's okay too. But a lot of moms, they wish that they had the opportunity to stay at home with their babies. And we get that. So just be encouraged today, whenever you're watching this, not to be discouraged and feel beaten down or stressed. And you're going to feel that. You're going to have those moments. But when you have those moments, just think about, you get to stay home with these babies. These babies, you get to see all of the firsts. You get to be a part of every first moment that they have. And, you're who they look up to, and you're who they look to when something's going wrong. And when it feels like they're being hoodlums and they're driving you absolutely nuts, and you just want to call their dad and say, you need to come get these kids before I kill them, or before, I go insane. Just think about, you're doing a great job. You are training these children to go out into the world and be decent human beings. That's what you're doing. You're preparing these children to go into the world and be decent human beings. You're creating the change. If there's anything in the world that you see that's wrong and people are not acting right and everything's going crazy, you're training these kids not to be that way. You're making a difference. And I just want to encourage you to see it that way, because I know, trust me, I know it gets really hard, and it's hard to see the difference that you're making and what you're doing from day to day. But I just try to tell myself, Ashley, don't be stressed, and don't feel like, you're not doing a big thing, because I know that it's a little better than it used to be. But a lot of times, and even other moms who do have to go outside and work, they get bitter about it. And I know that too, because I've been there too. And they start to look at moms that get to stay at home in a negative way and say, well, you don't do anything but sit at home. But that's not what we do. There's a lot that goes into staying home with your babies. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to keep up a household. And it's a lot of work to make sure that things keep going the way they need to be, and you're taking care of everybody all the time. And you're not just a housewife, you're a stay-at-home mom, so that's even more. Like, it's a loaded thing, and it's not always easy. And don't feel like your job is not important, or if somebody's belittling what you do, because what you do is very, very important. You are raising children to be a part of civilization and to be better people than what's out there right now. And so I don't know why I'm giving a self-motivational speech, but I really just wanted to encourage and just send out a positive message of encouragement today, that I just feel like we need to be better to ourselves, and we need to be, better in that we encourage each other. Whether you're a working mom or whether you're a stay-at-home mom, we need to encourage each other because it's not easy and it's not a responsibility that is to be taken lightly. If you're a good mom, then it is a big deal. Every child needs their mother, and you are doing a big thing by being a mom. If you're a good one, then it is a big deal because so many issues, and I don't know if I've told you guys this before or not, but when I was in college, I majored in psychology. And unfortunately, I didn't end up finishing because, life got in the way. I got married, my first marriage, and then I kept going to school, but I ended up getting a divorce, and it was just a messy thing. And so my life kind of got turned upside down, and I didn't end up finish. I'm only honestly 1 or 2 semesters away from finishing, so it really is a shame that I just don't go and finish it. But anyway, that's not what I meant to talk about. But the point is, in psychology, you learn how much, can be drawn back to someone's childhood and their raising and their parents, their mom. And that's why you hear the phrase all the time, daddy issues, mommy issues. It really is a real thing, guys. And you can trace so many things back to your parents, whether you look on it positively or negatively. And there's just so much that you can learn about yourself from that. And so I just want to remind you that it's not just babysitting every day. That's not what you're doing. You're not just living off of coffee and babysitting and barely getting through. You are doing a very important job, and nobody can do that job like you. Nobody can guide that child through life like you can. And I don't know why, but it's just heavy on my heart today as I think about Mother's Day and I think about what that means and how important it is. And Tristan keeps calling my name. Okay, I'll fix it. Hold on. And I don't know. It's just heavy on my heart today for some reason, that I just feel like there's people that need to know that. And I feel like, as a mom that has had 2 children, I feel like I should be encouraging other moms who are maybe new moms. And as a mom whose kids are grown, if your kids are grown, you should be encouraging new moms. And you should be encouraging moms that are going through it right now. They have 3 kids that are small and they're struggling, and they're, you should be giving them advice. And I feel like that's the disservice that we do to each other. We should stick together and, because we know firsthand it's not an easy thing. And I just feel like being an encouragement is the best thing that you can possibly do for each other. And encouragement and uplifting words can go a long way. And I just feel like that's just what I want to do in this video. So whoever's watching this, hold on a minute, guys. Sorry, guys, I had to be a mom to my child that's awake. But I just feel like today, if you're watching this video, I want to be an encouragement to you. If you're a mom and you work full time and you feel like you're not there enough and that somebody else is getting to see your firsts, all your babies first, I know where you are. Okay, I've been there. I know where you're at. And that baby, you're the only mom. You're his or her only mom. You're the only one that can do your job. Nobody else can replace you. Nobody else can do your job for you. You are that baby's only mom. You cannot be replaced. Nobody can take that spot. That baby loves you more than anybody in this whole entire world. You have that special place, and you shape that baby's life. They will remember what you did. So don't feel discouraged because you want to be at home with that child, but you're not, and you have to go work. I know how that feels. And if you're a stay-at-home mom and you feel like your job is not important, or someone looks down on you, or you feel guilty because you stay at home and you feel like nobody appreciates what you do, I've been there. I know what that feels like. And that child, he may not know that they appreciate it, but when they get grown and they get older, they will appreciate you. They will appreciate what you did for them. Because nobody can to do what you do except for you. You're the only one. You know, you had that child, you felt it move in your womb for the first time. Nobody felt those feelings but you. You fell in love with that child before you ever saw its face. And nobody else can have that but you. You have that connection with that child. You have that influence on that child's life that nobody else has. You know, a father has influence over a child's life that only a father can have. But you are its mother, and you have an influence that only a mother can have. And they're two different things. So just remember that, and just take your place in that child's life and celebrate it. This Mother's Day is not just, oh, thanks, Mom, for all that you do. No, it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. It goes into the very natural instinct of a mother, what a mother is, what a mother was created to be. And it's a very serious thing. That's why I think it's so awesome. It's not just a breakfast in bed and a bouquet of flowers. It's a big deal. And so I just wanted to take that time. I don't know why I'm like getting so deep in a Plan With Me video. Okay, guys. My child keeps on and on needing everything. Needy little boy. But anyway, I don't know why I got so deep with the Plan With Me monthly view. I don't know. And I'm sorry if you don't like those kind of talks or whatever. But I just really felt the need that for some reason that I just needed to talk about that and try to be an encouragement. I felt like somebody needed that today. So if you needed that, then please comment down below and tell me. But I just feel like such a need for positivity around us. Like there's so much negative going on, and it does not take a lot to be positive. You know what I mean? There's so many women out there who struggle with depression and problems with self-worth and all kinds of stuff like that. And I just feel like there are enough of us out there who have went through the same sorts of things that we can encourage each other. And I feel like YouTube, you see all these trolls, and we complain about the trolls, and we complain about the haters and all the mean comments that we hear. And there are so many encouragers out there as well. There's so many sweet, wonderful people that either have a channel or don't have a channel and just watch that, you know, they're so important. You are so important, and you don't know what you say, how that can affect somebody's life. You know, they could be having a terrible day, and all it takes is a comment. I mean, you don't even see them face to face, but a comment is all it takes, and that helps their day. And so that's what I want to be. I just want to be a positive thing for someone. I want to be an encourager all the time, always encouraging, always trying to be positive. That's what I want to be. So, I don't know. I just felt like somebody needed that. And if somebody needed it, then it was worth it, even if it makes me sound crazy like a crazy lady. I felt like somebody needed that today. So I wanted to do that for whoever needed it. And just talk about that. Some things we don't talk about. We don't talk about how hard it is and the struggles that we have. But sometimes it needs to be said. And I just feel like it's okay to talk about. It's okay to not have it all together all the time. That's okay. You know, because more than likely there are thousands of people who don't have it together, but they're just scared of being the first one to say it out loud. So I'm not scared. I'll say it. It doesn't bother me. But anyways, so this is my monthly view so far, and I am just going to write down, I'm pretty sure, I think this month has the 31st, I'm not positive, I think so. So I'm just going to write down the dates on there, and then the 14th is Mother's Day, so I'm just going to write that in. And this is beautiful glossy paper. I know I didn't really talk about it because I was just yakking about deep, powerful things, but this is very glossy paper. Not this one, this is regular cardstock, but this is very glossy paper. And so this is the whole sheet. This is the rest of the sheet, and I just cut this out, so it's hard to write on. It's going to smear if I write on it with a regular pen, but I'm just going to write on it with permanent marker, and you can see it turns out just fine. But it has this quote on it as well, and it says, "Always believe something wonderful is about to happen." And I kind of want to use this, so I think I'm going to cut this out, and if I know where my paper trimmer is, then I could totally do that, but here it is. And I'm just going to cut this as small as I can possibly get it because it is rather large. And I think I just sliced it a little bit. So I'm going to go down just a little bit. Yeah. And then I'll have a little cut, but that's okay because I can fix that when I glue it. But I don't know. I have this feeling of just trying to be better at being positive. I sometimes get into these little habits where I'm just such a negative Nancy. I don't want to be a negative Nancy. I want to be a positive Patty. So positive that it's annoying. I mean, I don't know. I just want to be that. Negativity. I don't know, something about it. And springtime is a time of newness and it's a time of excitement. And I just feel like it's a perfect opportunity to be more positive. There's so much life that's coming around and all the plants are coming to life and there's so many animals being born and so many pretty things. And I just feel like it's a perfect opportunity to just be positive. I think that what I'm going to do is I don't know. I kind of just like it like that. Even though it covers up all of these dates, I know it does, but I don't know. I think I'm going to put it on a card. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a little bit larger so it can have a little bit of a bigger background. And I'm just going to go ahead and use this paper because in case you didn't know this, I hate scraps because I feel like, and I use my scraps, I really do, but I just feel like I hate storing them and finding places to put it, and it's just aggravating. It really is. And my southern came out, aggravating, and it really is. But I feel like it's so aggravating just to find a place to store all of these scraps. So I really like to use them as fast as I possibly can so I don't have to store them anywhere. I can just see how pretty that is. Isn't that just so pretty? Yes, it is. And I am just going to use some of this glue. Hopefully I put the, yeah. Oops. I think I hear my name being called. Yep. Hold on, Tristan, okay? I need you to hold on a minute. Okay, go ahead. Be very quiet. Okay. Yep. He just informed me that he needs to go poop. Yes, you did hear that correctly. He needs to go poop, and he knows that he has to be super quiet because his brother's bedroom where he is napping right now is right next to the bathroom, and he can hear when you're loud. So he will wake up in a heartbeat. He's the lightest sleeper ever seen. Tristan, a bomb could go off and he would never know it when he's asleep. He will be asleep the whole time. But Killian, light sleeper. He will wake up anything. He got that from his mother. So, I think that I am going to round these edges right here. And I'm going to punch it. And that's just going to be a little, so I can draw, which I just got glue all over it, but I can draw on the back of this. So I'm just going to get a little wipey and wipe that glue off because it got on there for my hands because I'm just messy like that. I've been a boy mom too long. I make a mess. And I think I'm going to put it in the middle, so I'm going to do like this. And with my very shaky hands, I'm going to punch it. And, I don't know. I hope it wasn't too heavy for you guys, this video. I know that it was very heavy, but I just feel like I've been watching a lot of different YouTube videos of YouTubers who have just been run through the ringer, and they've just been being attacked by all these different people, and I just feel like that's just so unnecessary. And they're really great people and great YouTubers, and I just feel like even if somebody's not great and you just think they're horrible, I feel like the best thing to do is to encourage, not tear down. Build up, not tear down. Because what do you want to leave in this life? Do you want to leave, a reputation that you were somebody who tore down everyone and constantly spoke negativity into other people's lives? And, what do you want to leave? Or do you want to leave that you were always such an encourager and that you were so positive and you helped people and everybody always wanted to talk to you because you made them feel good about themselves and about everything else? That's what I want to leave. I want, not to be morbid, but I want to not only just leave like in death, but leave when I leave a room or when I leave somewhere. I want people to feel like, yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Shh. Okay, that's a good job. Okay. Yes, baby. Yes. Okay. Good job. He comes in here and asks me every single time he goes to the restroom if his butt's clean. And that, my friends, is mom's life. That is what Mother's Day is about. All the times when you have to tell someone if their butt is clean, or all the times when your children are babies and you celebrate the fact that they just had a bowel movement and went to the bathroom because they needed to and they're not ill anymore, or all the times where you fell asleep and you had spit up in your hair, or whatever the case may be. That is what mom life is about. Mom life is about the difficult parts, and that you created a tiny human, and with God's help you grew it inside of you in your body, and you put up with the aggravation of birthing it, and you went through all of that for this tiny little human who may drive you nuts, but it is the perfect gift, and you would never ever change it. That is what mom life is about. So I don't know, it's something to be celebrated for sure. Moms are pretty much superheroes. Our bodies are amazing. They do amazing things, and after they are born, we keep on making those little bitty people amazing humans. We celebrate with their successes and we mourn their failures right along with them, and they are just our heart on legs, and that's how I feel about it. And I know that you guys probably feel the same. If you have babies, that you feel the same way. Being a mom is wonderful and extraordinary. And I have always wanted to be a mom. I say this a lot, and you guys might have heard this before on my channel, but other people wanted to be an astronaut or a fireman or whatever. I wanted to be a mom. That's what I've always wanted to be, is a mom. That's what I tell my husband all the time. You gave me what I have always wanted. You gave me the ability to be a mom, and that's what I always wanted. Just wanted to be a mama. Wanted somebody to look at me and love me no matter what and be dependent on me, and I wanted to take care of them. And now I'm able to do that, and I love it. Love entire world. And if I have another one, which, whew, I don't know, but if I do have another one, then they will be as well. Okay, so this is going to be my monthly for March. This is how it turned out. And then I have this as well, because I just feel like that positive quote is just so appropriate for what we've been talking about today. And yeah, so I actually didn't post this spread, so this is a little bit of a sneak peek, but I know it's such a stark difference, isn't it? Like, here's this for the monthly, and it's all pretty and wonderful, and then this is like so bohemian and crazy. I actually did try to film that, and it was corrupted, like sometimes my videos are, because it's aggravating. And I'm actually going to do another video, I hope to film it today as well, on this in both happy planners, and then the dashboard I am going to decorate for this month. So I'm going to do that in a separate video, because I've been talking. This simple spread has turned into such a long conversation, but I am going to film that as well. And then the very last thing that I am going to do today for this one, and I think my capital is gone, is I'm going to just put my month at the top, and then we will be finished. And that will be the end. So I just want to encourage you guys to feel so positively about yourself and what it is you do. And I also want to encourage you to spread that around to someone else and make them feel encouraged. If you see somebody and you think they need encouragement, or you have a channel and you want to spread that encouragement, let's spread encouragement around. I watched Dazzling Duchess, her channel, and she always says, throw kindness like confetti. That is so true. It doesn't take a lot of effort to spread kindness and to spread encouragement and positivity. And it makes you feel so much better about yourself and about your own life when you know that you are being positive and doing that for someone else. It makes you feel so much better about yourself and your own life. And so I just encourage you to do that today. All right, and that is going to be the end. I hope that you will look out for my other videos, for my dashboard and everything. Hold on just 1 second. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell beside it so that you can be notified of any videos that I do put up. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me. And also, if you want to comment down below, I do love to hear from you guys, so I would love it if you left a comment. And I hope that you guys look for the next few videos, like I said, to post, because I will be posting those soon as well. And I hope you guys have a great day. Happy planning.